Hey guys, welcome back. This is Greenfire, and tonight we're coming back with the final round of Week 3 of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Grand Arena. And tonight we have a really good one. We're going up against number 1. We are in the championship round. We did win last week. Let's jump over the game here, and I'll show you what actually happened in the end. So, he got a 1. He one-shotted everything but my ships. My ships, he could not pass them, so he was 19-21 to my 21-13. The only thing that saved me was I got a full clear and he got held by my ships. He one-shotted everything else. So if he had done this in one battle, he would have beat me for sure. So I am super excited about that. Super excited about that. So tonight we're going up against Hros Valhaun. I think that's how you pronounce it. I apologize if I butchered that. And he's in the Revicist 42 guild, and he actually has pretty much almost identical to me, except his Malik. He just got his Malik. He has a lot of the same things that I did. You know, he has a Jedi Knight Revan, a Darth Revan, HK, you know, pretty much everything I have. So it is going to be an awesome battle. So let's see what he actually threw down on defense. Oh, he already went. Well, cool. I love it when they go early. So he one-shotted everything there. Did he one-shot? He one-shotted ships. That's cool. And one-shotted all of this. And then what happened back here? Ooh, one shot, two. See if he actually continues on here, if he got held up. We'll see. We'll run through mine and see what happens. That makes me a little nervous. A little more nervous. The fact, well, he one-shotted all of these, so he probably had his Darth Revan and his Jedi Knight Revan. And especially with one-shotting all of this. So I'm going to do some finagling here, and I'm going to save my Darth Revan and my Jedi Knight Revan for that back wall. I think he was a little tricksy, and I think he put something in the back wall. I feel that he did that. So we're gonna do, I think I'm gonna do my bounty hunters up against this Shakti team, and then maybe my Old Republic up against their clones there. So let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Bring in the bounty hunters. Hey guys, this is Greenfire. I'm jumping in again. I'm sorry, my audio is absolutely terrible tonight. Apparently, when I set up my audio recording tonight, I accidentally put my gameplay on my notification side of things. So the game is super loud and you can't actually hear me. And it is very distracting. So we're gonna do something a little different tonight. I am going to actually do a little bit of voiceover on this. So if my voice is different from on screen me, that would be why. I apologize in advance. So what we are about to jump into is we are just about to jump into the Shakti clone battle. So here it is. Bounty hunters up against that. I apologize. I apparently can't remember what I did during this battle. So we used my bounty hunters. I like my bounty hunters, especially up against Shakti with her calling of attacks, and especially with Commander Cody with her, because Commander Cody can also do mass attacks. They have a lot more survivability. They work a little bit nicer. I just like their mechanics up against teams that constantly are calling in multiple hits and multiple people for multiple turns. So I kind of like their mechanic a little bit better. So we end up walking through this a little easier than I was expecting. I was not expecting my bounty hunters to have such an easy time up against this. And in fact, looking back on it now, I probably should have used my bounty hunters up against his Rex, Fives, and Team. Because I used my Old Republic, and as you can see, I actually am about to get wrecked because I make the worst mistake here. I decide not to go for Fives. And as you know, if you kill off one of the other clones, Fives gets Savior. He kills himself and revives the other player, or who you just killed off. So within doing that, they also gain a ton of tenacity. So they land everything against you lands. And I just absolutely get wrecked. I should have used my bounty hunters and gone after Fives first. Hindsight obviously is 50-50, or 100, I should say 20-20. Hindsight is 20-20, not 50-50. If you have 50-50 vision, you are amazing. So that is by far one of the areas that I think Grand Arena succeeds in, is that you can look back and go, oh my goodness, I totally should have just done this or that. And the next time around, more than likely you will, and you will succeed. So I think that aspect of Grand Arena is awesome, that, you know, there's 4 weeks, 3 battles per week, and you get to learn, you get to survive. So I decided to go back in with my Ewoks because I've been working with my Ewoks because I've been trying to get C-3PO to finish off my Padme team, because I want to have a better defensive Padme team. I right now I don't have a great one. I just got 7-star on General Kenobi, and now with 3PO, hopefully getting 3PO in the near future, I'm gonna have an awesome team. So here up against my my Ewoks here, I try my best to just give as much turn meter to Chief Chirpa, because he's my heavy hitter in this scenario, and I want him to just spam turns. I want him to just constantly be taking it. Turns. So we actually get 2 battles on that one, and we do all right. That's an all right win in my book. So now we go to the back wall, and he hid it. He hid Malik on me in the back wall. I'd called earlier that he was going to do something weird. He was going to hide somebody, and he did. He hid a Malik on me, which even in this scenario, I still would have put Malik as the lead. I like his lead. And then up north here, we have a Bounty Hunters teams, Old Republic, and a new, or not a new Republic, but a Republic lineup up north there. So, and over on my side, he did not, even at this moment, he is still not gone. We are still in the lead. So I think he ran out of steam. So we're going to do my CLS mirror match here. The only reason why I'm doing my mirror match is I have more power than he does. The only time I like doing mirror matches is if I have more power or more gear. If I don't have as much power but I have more gear than them, I'm very comfortable with it. The issue with doing mirror matches especially is if they have either better mods or better gear than you, you're always going to lose. And this time I felt pretty confident that I had the better on both fronts, both mods and gear. So we did all right during this one. I think we could have got a few more banners if I had kind of tried prolonging it and done some more basics, tried to get some help or protection recovery, especially on Luke. I could have got a few more banners out of that. So now we're going to do Rex with my Fives and Echo up against the Phoenix squad. And then down at the bottom, the Rebel squad, we're going to do my Shock T. And then in the middle, we're going to do my, we're going to mirror match Malik. And actually, I think I changed halfway through this, and we don't actually end up using Shock T on the Southern Rebels. We actually end up using a different squad because I can't make up my mind half the time, and it changes constantly. So here I'm just making sure that I actually click on the correct team, because I've done it before where I was in a hurry and I didn't click on the right team. So these, by the way, this Phoenix squad, he must have amazing mods on. I actually haven't looked. I probably should look, but I haven't at his mods because they are thick. I mean, it takes me a while to get through this chopper, and especially with Hera's mechanic where she's constantly healing the team. It was a rough battle, and especially without Rex's aerial advantage, his semi instant kill, I probably would not have gotten through this team. This team for him must be an amazing banner stealer, because it truly, to me, seems like, unless the big mistake with Phoenix is you think that they're an easy team and you should just be able to walk through it. And that's not the case. That's not how it works. Phoenix has a great mechanic where Hera can heal the entire team. And if you don't have enough damage output, they're just going to keep recovering health, keep recovering protection. And it is hard to get through them. So I think, especially for me, I always go into those battles thinking, oh, it's going to be an easy win. And they never are. So I highly recommend that you go in with a good team up against Phoenix Squad. I really do. So, all right. We ended up winning, and we did all right. It wasn't what I was hoping for, but at least we one-shotted it. So here we're going to actually use my bounty hunter teams. That's right. I ended up changing because of power to bounty hunters. So my original plan was to use Shock T and the clones, and I probably would have done better with the Shock T. This Leia, Princess Leia over here, he must have some awesome mods on her. Again, I'm going back to the mods thing. This guy must have some awesome mods on her because she was thick. It was very hard to get through her protection, and she had amazing damage output. Both things lead me to think that his mods on her are fairly good. I mean, she is high gear. She is gear 12, but that still, to me, doesn't justify how much damage she was outputting and how hard it was to get through her. And I misplayed right there. I should have just done basic instead of doing that jump. So, all right. So now we're going to bring in Luminara and Barris. So the master and apprentice to clean this up, because both have really good health pools. Both are healers as well. They survive really well. I also have the Zeta on Barris, so every time you hit, you get a little bit of health recovery. I take out Shock because it's just kind of overkill. She really doesn't do much for the team because none of them are clones, so it's not like she's gonna call in a bunch of people either. So we're just gonna spam as much heavy hits from these guys. I'm trying to use Luminara's burst of wind energy up against Princess Leia to try and get bonus attacks, and that's her heavy hitter. So I'm trying to knock down as much health. We ended up getting through it. We have 3-2 battles at this point, and this is the point where I start to get a little nervous. I should have looked at the North Wall and seen that it was a little bit lighter than this team, and I should have brought in I probably should have brought in Darth Revan, is what I should have done. But that's getting a little ahead of ourselves. We actually do really well for this battle. I think if I get a little more gear on Nihilus, make him a little more survivable, I think he is going to be an awesome character coming up. I also, at this point, let you guys know that I also am working on the Sith trio, and I have Traya up to gear 10, Malik up to gear Nihilus up to gear 9, and Scion up to gear 9. So I'm hoping to use them next Grand Arena for some lower gear Geo teams. I know most people have higher gear at this point, but I'm trying to build them up enough so that I can use them up against Geos, because they are for sure one of my hardest teams to go up against is Geos. So anyway, back over to the game. I am super. I thought that my Malik could definitely do one-on-one up against his, And I think it could have if my Sith trooper wasn't there for him to pull life from. I think it would have been better for me if my Sith trooper had died off earlier. Because at this point, I don't have anybody to draw life from. I can't do the big slurp or anything. That doesn't affect Malik. Malik really doesn't do anything for that. And I throw it on auto here because I'm worried that I'm going to time out. And I end up not. I bet you I would have probably done better had I not thrown it on auto, because that slurp that he does really doesn't do anything for him. And I probably should have just spammed basic in the shock and not done the slurp mechanic of his. All right, so this battle just makes me cringe every time I watch it. This is like the 4th time I've watched this battle, and I just go, oh, every time I watch it, because I feel I should have won, and I did so many things wrong. I'm so quick to try and throw it on auto. I need to not do that. I need to just stick it out and just do what I know will work. So I bring in Yoda just as a cleanup and get rid of Malik. So I think on that one, the other thing that I could have done that would have made it work better is instead of bringing in maybe Nihilus, if I had brought in Yoda, I think he has enough damage output that if I had targeted Malik first and went after Malik, I could have easily won. So again, that's that 2020 hindsight vision, that as I'm watching this now versus then, I completely see it differently. And next time around, I will think about that. I'll go, yeah, last time up against that Malik, I didn't do very well. So as you saw, I just one-shotted their old Republic team. I brought in Darth Revan. I brought in my Jedi Revan up against this Republic team, because I was very, very worried that, especially with General Kenobi just getting stuck behind him and Anakin smashing me to pieces, and with Ahsoka too, that is a deadly trio. It really is a deadly trio. And I was afraid that I was just going to get smashed to oblivion. So I did bring in probably a little bit higher team. I bet you I probably could have gotten away with not bringing in such a powerful team, but I would have rather have brought in this team and made sure that I won than to bring in a lesser team and had to two-shot it. Especially here at the end when I get through this north wall, I'm very grateful for the fact that I did what I did. So it wasn't pretty, but we got there in the end. So, all right, here we go. We got through it. Woohoo! Yes. All right, now we got the north wall here. We got their bounty hunters. So we're going to bring in Bastila. We're going to bring in Old Ben. And we're going to bring in Shakti for damage. Shakti, I need to get some more gear on her and some more Zetas to get her really damage output. But with Bastila lead, we get a ton extra protection, so it's really not needed. So, all right, we're going for Greedo first on this because he is the weakest, he's the squishiest, and he's the soft and squishy one. So we want to get rid of Greedo as quick as possible, which, as it turns out, is really easy. The next one that I went for was Cad, because he is a really hard one to go up against. I actually probably should have went for Dengar first, but it ended up being all right, especially because I had done the ability block by Old Ben. He didn't go under stealth as quick as he normally does. So I probably could have targeted Dengar and saved Cad for a little bit later, but again, hindsight's 2020 on all of this. All right, now ships. We actually, at this point, we have enough manners that we've won. If he can't get through the rest, it's a victory. So the rest of this is just icing on the cake. Because I'm trying to go for Kyber, I want to get to Kyber this round. I have to get as much as possible. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get I'm trying to get I'm trying to get to Kyber. So I want to get as many banners as possible on all of this. So here we go. We're going to do my home one with Geos and Bosk. Those are the four mains. The rest of the people that I bring in are just extras in case everything goes sideways. I don't foresee it going sideways. I've actually put in a lot of work into my Geos, and they are a really strong team. It is one of my better offensive teams. I need to probably work with them a little bit more to make them even better. I need to gear up these 3 Geos at least to probably Relic 3, maybe 5, and then it would be even better. And especially with Admiral Akbar, getting him up to Relic 7, that would be awesome, because then I could really hit hard. I'm working currently on getting my Home 1 ship to complete full gear. Right now I have his basic and Admiral Akbar to tier 8 gear. The others I have at tier 7. So I'm trying to get them all to tier 8. It's a slow grind, that's for sure. Trying to get 150 ship pieces for each ability is a grind. Right now, I just finished my first, and I have 3 more to go. So I'm super excited and looking forward to when I finally can say I've finished off my Admiral Akbar. However, I am getting very, very close to unlocking General Kenobi's Venator, the Negotiator, and that one I'm super excited for too. I think my 2 fleets I'm going to be putting down Negotiator on defense, and I'm going to be using Home 1 for offense. That is my goal, because I have a fairly good Republic team already. With Mace Windu's ship, it has given me a lot of holds and defensive wins over the last little bit here. So I am super excited and looking forward to the Negotiator. So we finally won. We got a full clear. We got finally we got through it, and we got 61 banners. I think that is a pretty awesome win in my book. So total at least at the end of the filming and with me recording right now, it is at 2077 to 1789, and hopefully that is a win. So I turn it over at this point back to my counterpart. I think at the end here he spams a little bit, and we will see you all next time. Have a good night, guys. Man, that was... I was a little nervous there. I thought maybe, just maybe, that I wasn't going to pull that out. I really did think that I wasn't going to pull that out there at the end, because I was making mistakes, made some little mistakes. So, all right, guys, I think that calls it for tonight. I will be back with the next Grand Arena. Let's see, we got a day and a day. So Wednesday, I'll be back Wednesday, and we will do more of this. So have a good night, everybody, and have a great start to your Thanksgiving weekend. And I will see you all Wednesday. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Bye.